I remember Carolina Goswami doing a video about Do Indians Love Hitler? And that caused a lot of controversy, not controversy, a lot of discussion about the swastika and how it was a Hindu symbol, which I knew. I knew that. And so somebody said, why don't you take a look at this like little mini documentary video about the history of the swastika? And I thought, that's probably a good idea. Let's roll it, dude. If it loads. Yo, is it coming? I think it's coming. Who's there? Your video. Okay, let's open the door and take a look. Here. Oh, it's loading. I gotta get my timing better, dude. The history of the swastika. This is what we call stalling, kids. Stalling. Dead air is terrible. Here we go.
Hello guys, welcome to Blink Feed. The swastika is an extremely powerful symbol. The Nazis used it to murder millions of people during the Holocaust. But for centuries it had positive meanings. What is the history of swastika? Does it now represent good or evil? Let's find out in the video. So, what is its meaning? The word swastika is a Sanskrit word, swastika, which means it is, well-being, good existence and good luck. However, it is also known by different names in different countries like Wan in China, Manji in Japan, Flyforth in England, Haken Krues in Germany and Tetrasklion in Greece. A Sanskrit scholar P.R. Sarkar in 1979 said that the deeper meaning of the word is permanent victory. He also said that any symbol it can have positive and negative meaning depending on how it is drawn. So in Hinduism, the right hand swastika is a symbol of God Vishnu and the sun, while the left hand swastika is a symbol of Kali and magic. Swastika is the oldest known symbol to mankind. The earliest swastika ever found was uncovered in Mezin, Ukraine, carved on an ivory figurine, which dates an incredible 12,000 years. And one of the earliest cultures that are known to have used the swastika was the Neolithic culture in the southern Europe, in the area that is now Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, known as the Vinca culture, which dates back to around 8,000 years. In Buddhism, the swastika is a symbol of good fortune, prosperity, abundance and eternity. It is directly related to Buddha and can be found carved on statues on the soles of his feet and on his heart. It is said that it contains Buddha's mind. On the walls of Christian catacombs in Rome, the symbol of swastika appears next to the word Zotiko Zotiko, which means life of life. It can also be found on the window openings of the mysterious Laliba rock churches in Ethiopia and in various other churches around the world. The man who brought swastika to Germany. When archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann traveled to Greece in 1868, one goal was foremost in his mind, discovering the ancient city of Troy using Homer's Iliad. The epic poem was widely believed to be no more than a myth, but Schliemann was convinced otherwise. For him, it was a map to the hidden location of the ancient cities. Schliemann found the epic city and the swastika on the Aegean coast of Turkey. There, he continued the excavations started by the British archaeologist Frank Calvert at the site known as Hizlak Mound. Schliemann's methods were brutal. He used crowbars and battering rams to excavate, but effective. He quickly realized the site had held 7 different layers from societies going back thousands of years. Schliemann had found Troy and the remains of civilizations coming before and after it. And on the shards of pottery and sculpture throughout the layers, he found at least 1800 variations of the same symbol, spindle whorls or swastikas. He would go on to see the swastika everywhere, from Tibet to Paraguay to the Gold Coast of Africa. And as Schliemann's exploit grew more famous and archaeological discoveries became a way for creating a narrative of national identity, the swastika grew more prominent. When Heinrich Schliemann discovered swastika-like decorations on pottery fragments in all archaeological levels at the Troy, it was seen as evidence for a racial continuity and proof that the inhabitants of the site had been Aryan all along, writes the anthropologist Linneck. The link between the swastika and Indo-European origin once was impossible to discard. It allowed the projection of nationalist feelings and associations into a universal symbol, which hence served as a distinguishing boundary maker between non-Aryan or rather non-German or German identity. As the swastika became more and more intertwined with the German nationalism, Adolf Hitler's influence grew and he adopted the hooked cross as the Nazi party symbol in 1920. To further enshrine the swastika as a symbol of Nazi power, Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's Minister of Propaganda, issued a decree on May 19, 1933 that prevented unauthorized commercial use of the hooked cross. When Hitler is absent, his place is taken by the swastika, which, like an image of the Führer, becomes a switching station from personal and national identities. The symbol was on uniforms, flags, and even as a marching formalities at rallies. Hitler and the Nazis. In 1920, Adolf Hitler decided that the Nazi party needed its own insignia and a flag. For Hitler, the new flag had to be a symbol of our own struggle as well as highly effective as a poster. On August 7, 1920, the Salzburg Congress, the red flag with a white circle and a black swastika became the official emblem of Nazi party. In Mein Kampf, Hitler described the Nazis' new flag as, in red, we see the social idea of the movement. In white, the nationalistic idea. In the swastika, the mission of the struggle for the victory of the Aryan man. And, by the same token, the victory of the idea of creative work, which as such always has been and always will be anti-Semitic. Because of Nazis' flag, the swastika soon became a symbol of hate, anti-Semitism, violence, death, and murder. What does the swastika mean now? There is a great debate as to what the swastika means now. For 3000 years, the swastika meant life and good luck, but because of the Nazis, it has also taken a meaning of death and hate. These conflicting meanings are causing problems in today's society. For Buddhists and Hindus, the swastika is a very religious symbol that is commonly used. Chirag Badlani shares a story about one time when he went to make some photocopies of some Hindu god for his temple. While standing in line to pay for the photocopies, some people behind him in the line noticed that one of the pictures had a swastika. They called him a Nazi. Unfortunately, the Nazis were so effective at the use of the swastika emblem that many do not even know any other uses or the meanings of swastika. Now we'll see the historical use of swastika in different countries. Asia. In Asia, the swastika symbol first appeared in the archaeological record around 3000 BC in the Indus Valley civilization. It also appears in the Bronze and Iron Age cultures around the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. Armenia. In Armenia, the swastika is called the Arevakash and is the ancient symbol of eternity and eternal light. Swastikas in Armenia were found on petroglyphs from the Copper Age, predating the Bronze Age. During the Bronze Age, it was depicted on cauldrons, belts, medallions, and other items. Among the oldest petroglyphs is the seventh letter of the Armenian alphabet E, depicted as the half swastika. Greco-Roman antiquity. Ancient Greek architectural, clothing, and coin designs are replete with single or interlinking swastika motifs. There are also gold-plated fibulae from the 8th century BC decorated with the engraved swastika. Ancient Greek architecture designs are replete with the interlinking symbol. In Greco-Roman art and architecture and the Romanesque and the Gothic art in the West, isolated swastikas are relatively rare and the swastika is more commonly found as a repeated element in a border. Swastika often represented the perpetual motion reflecting the design of a rotating windmill or the watermill. CELTS. The bronze frontispiece of a ritual pre-Christian shield found in the river Thames near the Battersea Bridge is embossed with 27 swastikas in bronze and red enamel. The Book of Kells contains swastika-shaped ornamentation. At the north edge of the West Yorkshire, there was a swastika-shaped pattern engraved in a stone known as the swastika stone. Germanic Iron Age. The swastika shape appears on various Germanic migration period and Viking Age artifacts, such as the 3rd century Valeros fibula from Zealand, Denmark, the 9th century Snoldelev stone from the Ramsau, Denmark, and numerous migration period, drawn left-facing or right-facing. Hilda Alice Davidson theorized that the swastika symbol was associated with Thor, possibly representing his hammer Mjolnir, symbol of thunder, and possibly being connected to the Bronze Age Sun Cross. Davidson cites many examples of swastika symbol from the Anglo-Saxon graves of the pagan period, with particular prominence on cremation urns from the cemeteries of East Anglia. Illyrians. The swastika was widespread among the Illyrians, symbolizing the sun. The sun cult was the main Illyrian cult. The sun was represented by a swastika in a clockwise motion, and it stood for the movement of the sun. Slavic. According to painter Stanislaw Jabubuowski, the little sun is an early Slavic pagan symbol of the sun. It was engraved on wooden monuments built near the final resting places of the fallen Slavs to represent eternal life. The symbol was first seen in a collection of early Slavic symbols and architecture features drawn and compiled by Polish painter Stanislaw Jabubuowski. His work was published in 1923 by a publication house that was then based in Debniki district of Krakow. The symbol can be found on embroidery and pottery in most Slavic countries. Britain. In the 1880s, the Theosophical Society adopted a swastika as a part of its seal, along with the Om, a hexagram, and Star of David, an Ankh and an Ouroboros. Unlike the much more recent relic movement, the Theosophical Society symbol has been free from controversy and the seal is still used. The current seal also includes the text, "There is no religion higher than the truth." Denmark. The Danish brewery company Carlsberg Group used the swastika as a logo from the 19th century until the middle of 1930s, when it was discontinued because of the association with Nazi party in the neighboring Germany. The swastika carved on elephants at the entrance gates of the company's headquarters in Copenhagen in 1901 can still be seen today. Finland. In Finland, the swastika was often used in traditional folk art products as a decoration or magical symbol on textiles and wood. The swastika was also used by the Finnish Air Force until 1945 and is still used on Air Force flags. Latvia. Latvia adopted the swastika called the Jugendkreuz Fire Cross for its Air Force in 1918 to 1919 and continued its use until 1940. The cross itself was maroon on a white background, mirroring the colors of the Latvian flag. Earlier versions pointed counterclockwise while the latter versions pointed clockwise and eliminated the white background. Poland. The traditional symbols of the Podel rifles include the Edelweiss flower and the mountain cross, a swastika symbol popular in folk culture of the Polish mountain regions. The units of Podel rifles, both historical and modern, are notable for their high morale and distinctive uniforms. Now the question arises, can swastika ever be redeemed? I think that the swastika could in time regain its original positive meaning in the West, but I cannot see it happening within the lifetimes any World War II survivors or even anyone who knows them personally. If it does happen, the recent growth of interest in Indian culture will most likely be a major cause. And if you ask, will people use it as it was used before the Nazi? And the answer will be not anytime soon. It has been so thoroughly corrupted by the Nazi Germany that it doesn't even matter that they used it backwards. It has continued to be used as a symbol of hate and intolerance in the intervening years. So in the Asian countries, it is still a sign that gives hope to people, but in the European countries and Asian countries, it will still take time to see it as a symbol of good luck. So thank you guys for watching, and if you have any queries or any questions...
Very, very good. Very interesting, I think. A lot of it I didn't know how widespread it was. I think if you showed a swastika where I live, if you were to go down to Tempe, where the college kids are, where all the young people hang out, and you showed them a swastika and said, "What is this?" you would get 50-50. You would get, it's a Hindu symbol, Nazis. I think it would be 50-50. You go to other places in the country, it's not going to be 50-50. It's going to be Nazi. That's what it's going to be. Hey, go and check out darkskyradio.com. It's all India, dude. All India. What? I'll catch you guys later.